I'm en route from Roswell to Carlsbad Caverns. I walked around the Main Street area, took some pictures of the directory. Same as Area 51. I went up to the front of it and didn't go in. Yeah, I wasn't. For some reason, I wasn't feeling it. I'm like, I know a lot about aliens already. I know that a lot of that genre, and it isn't something new, especially when I'm shorter on time, and I want to get to the caverns. What inspired me to make this particular video is I am listening to Stephen King's The Outsider. It's about 22 hours on Audible, and I think I have less than 3 left. I've got about 15% of the book. And in the book, the creature they're hunting is hiding out, or could be hiding out, we don't know, in a place called the Marysville Hole, which is a cavern underground somewhere in South Texas. So I'm assuming it hooks up to Carlsbad Caverns, and that there's a good chance that when I'm down there, I'll either be exploring the Bat Cave, or looking for, or encountering the Outsider, or the movie Descent is on my mind today. But yeah, on my way to Carlsbad. I think I have the next few days plotted out. This is Wednesday, day 5 of my spring break. So at the end of today, I have to be turned back west, because if I go any further, it'd be difficult to get back in time. Not impossible, but I still like to do 4 to 5 hours driving a day at most. Of course, that some days violate that. Some days it's necessary to flex. According to the reading I did while I was in Roswell, the actual crash site is closer to Corona, which is 75 miles northwest of Roswell. They just grew their economy around the idea that the crash had been here. So I saw a lot of alien-themed shops. There's a t-shirt shop I walked into, and then I saw a t-shirt about legal aliens and opted to depart that store. Apparently Roswell is the 5th largest city in New Mexico. A friend I had dinner with last night, a resident of New Mexico, said they refer to Roswell as the armpit. I didn't. Don't take that personally, Roswell. Yep. Hoping to take some cool pictures of Carlsbad Caverns. Be underground, though. We'll see what the lighting is like. I'm sure they're prepped for that, though. At least all the brochures look like it. And then we'll see how far back I can get tonight. Yeah, I might get a head start and try and move towards Albuquerque, because I think I want to be in Albuquerque Thursday, Santa Fe Friday, Monument Valley Saturday. Probably cut back through Vegas again, I'll check the route. We'll see. Anyway, this is what New Mexico looks like on the way to Carlsbad Caverns. Looks a lot like Kern County. Peace.
We've been here.
It's dug the clouds. Cloud footage. Remembering daylight, because I will be under the earth soon. And if I need to remember what the sky looks like, I'll have this footage to look back on. You're experiencing this with me. There's the relief map of the whole cave. Gonna go in a minute, but are there monsters in the cavern? True or false? Nothing lives in the caves. That's false. There are no monsters here. Thank goodness. It gets completely dark in the caves. That's probably true. The water in the cave is good to drink. That's false. It's always the same temperature in the cavern. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say false.
So this is where we just want to look at some natural entrance between down here
Yep.
and up here.
There we go. Alright, heading down the trail to the natural entrance to the cavern. Can't record the bat flight. There won't be one today. It doesn't happen until May, apparently. Stay on the trail, don't touch features, smoking, no smoking. Don't throw anything into the pools. Trail is steep and wet. Wear shoes with non-skid soles. Got my boots on, that's good. And don't bring food or beverages beyond this point. They told me water was okay. Some visitors find this trail to be long, chilly, and fatiguing. There are no restrooms for a mile and a half. Talk to a ranger if you have doubts about proceeding. I used the restroom before I came in. Alright, catch more once I'm inside. This is Bat Flight Amphitheater. This is where you would sit to watch the bat flight. Not allowed cameras or recording devices during the bat flight, so that's not happening until May anyways. This is as close as we're gonna get. But there's the cave on our way down. Quiet and see it. Not supposed to talk real loudly once you're in the caves. See? Can't record bat flight. Cave swallows, natural entrance. I was going to pause. I was going to stop the recording because we're at a minute. But I'm going to do this approach uninterrupted. So it could be scored if you wanted to. Apparently these switchbacks, by the time you get to the bottom, they will total 80 flights, 80 stories. I think that's what she said. Sunglasses coming off. I'm gonna take a still before I go on. I learned today that an annual pass to the national parks is $80. this is the first park I've been to where they have mentioned that cost to me. Because they offered me, well, you can have $15 to go in, or you can buy an annual passport for $80. I was like, she goes, yeah, if you visit 5 or 6 parks in a year, it's worth it. I was like, I think I've done that already. So, anyone seeking to go on a similar trip, annual pass, it'll get you into all national parks for a year, $80. I'm going to have to consider before I hit the road again whether I'm pretty sure I still have that ahead of me. That's a cool shot. So I'm actually going to get a list of what parks are included, and if it includes all the historical sites on the East Coast that I want to see, I'll definitely get one. It's a good probability I'm going to get one anyway. I'm pretty sure the list has enough things that I haven't seen yet. I don't know whether I want to stay ahead of them or let them get ahead of me. Because I like the experience better with nobody behind me. It's spookier. Go under this. It's too tall for me. It's weird because I'm like used to like Disneyland, stuff like that. So I'm expecting an animatronic abominable snowman to jump out. People moving down there. See how far down that is? Whew. I'm this far removed from the surface. Camera shut down for a while. I'm definitely in the right place. Up there is the Bat Cave, where there's still enough natural light to see. Now I'm in the twilight zone. And then I'm headed down there, where only artificial light illuminates. I'll find a place for the back computer. I have no idea if there's enough light for any of this to turn out. My camera seems to be handling it better than video does. It's like being in line at Disneyland with no people in the line. And the line goes on for a couple miles. You know, like Disneyland. Those are cool. Skeletal fingers of a giant long entombed, stretching for the surface. I don't know if you can still do it at Disneyland, but when I was a kid, you could go across to Tom Sawyer's Island, and there was a passage underground that dealt with the last couple of chapters of the book, and there was supposedly a bottomless pit. And if you listened, you could hear Injun Joe screaming at the bottom of the bottomless pit. And as a kid, that freaked me out. So that place I just came from a minute ago. So I can go where I started this shot. Over there. For some reason it triggered that memory. I guess I was floating around it because I was already thinking about lines at Disneyland. But yeah, Injun Joe's Cave. I don't think you can see that. There's a passage down further that is locked off. There's a gate over there, but I think things are too dark to see. Now the flash on the torch on the camera won't do a whole lot, in case you're wondering. So, which way are we facing? That's the snack bar gift shop that's down here. There's an elevator that comes down here. You may have seen it on the map. I took the long way down, the self-guided tour through the bat thing, which brings me here. And now I'm beginning the big room route, which is a hour to hour and a half hike. And is the short version. You just take the elevator down to the big room. I wanted the full experience, so I took the long way down. Oh yeah, that needs to be a panoramic. I don't know if the panoramic, I'm taking tons of pictures, but none of them are useful. We'll see. A lot of these areas are too short for me. I don't think you can see this one, but I got a duck for that. And now we're into the big room. It's definitely too dark. Let's see if some video shows up. I don't think this place is lit well enough to show up on video, but we'll see. Certainly doesn't take anything away from the experience of being here. That kind of does. If you were to come to Carlsbad in a zombie apocalypse and stake out the visitor center upstairs, you could then corral zombies one by one, put them in the elevator down here. You would probably have to lock off the natural exit by the amphitheater, otherwise you would eventually have a problem. That seems like a pretty diabolical plan. Fill Carlsbad Cavern with zombies. It's probably too dark to see anything, but this is the bottomless pit. If you're quiet, you can hear Engine Joe screaming down there. You hear it? Do you hear him? So I worked up a bit of a sweat. I'm waiting for the elevator to go back. These two are out of service. I'm disappointed it's not a fireman's pole with like a levitating jet engine on the bottom of it. That would be totally cool. But this is the elevator. There might be people in it, so I should not film for a moment. I'll just let you look at my sweaty face. Yeah, I think my hair's disheveled. Takes forever for these doors to open. I've watched a couple of carloads go up, and once the elevator gets here, it takes a while. Comes down to 750 feet and then stops. And it shows you there, almost back to the surface. The one I thought was opening is going back out. I guess I'll push the button again. Oops. It's a trip back up to Stately Wayne Manor. No fireman's poles or jet engines, so I was disappointed. I'm gonna be able to fly back up. Scintillating video, I know.
Destiny going down.
We made it back to the light of day. After you. The sun, the sky. I survived. Welcome back to the surface. All right, I've made it back to the surface. We were discussing the cave before I went in. Right?
Yes, and you made it back out. Wonderful.
I did. The cave will suit my purposes. So who do I talk to about purchasing it?
The federal government?
What do you think they charge?
I don't know. I think it's pretty priceless. Maybe MasterCard? You have to talk to MasterCard.
I have a lot of money. I mean, I'm going to install $1 trillion supercomputer down
A
there.
nice watch?
Do I have a nice? I do, but my nice watch is actually in the car.
Oh. I mean, that's pretty. See, let's
If I
watch.
give
She
you my
really
nice-
likes. She really likes watches.
Balloons, nice watch,
It's a pocket watch.
puppies. I mean, like, it's probably like frowned upon, but I think we can work something out.
Okay.
Do we need to draw like a contract or something?
Yes, that would help.
So that green ticket you got, like that will at least give you like ownership for between the hours of 8:30 and 4:30 for the next 2 days.
Okay, so what do I need to do for a contractor's license to start selling the computer and the exit for the vehicle?
What kind of vehicle is it? The Batmobile?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's in the parking lot right now.
Oh yeah. It's gonna need. It's gonna need some.
oh,
To install the doors. The Batmobile's gonna come.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a waterfall too. Is there a place to build a waterfall?
you know, I probably should talk to information and let them know that you have some ideas and they can like
Help you redecorate.
Okay, cool. Let's start. Thanks for your help.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
One might shredder down.